My name is Alan Broadhurst, and I'm very familiar with Community Paint and Hardware Store in Bethesda because my family owned it and operated it. Having grown up in Bethesda, I graduated in 1950 from Bethesda Chevy Chase High School and am very aware of how the town was back in those days. Everything here is new. When I grew up in Alta Vista Road, Wisconsin Avenue was just a straight road with nowhere near as many of the side roads. Bethesda at that time had one theater. It was the Heiser Theater, and under the Heiser Theater was a bowling alley, which all of my family enjoyed. There was another theater built later, which was the Bethesda Theater. And the Bethesda Theater had to the right of it Gifford's Ice Cream, which was a very popular hangout for the high school students. Also, People's Drugstore was a very popular hangout. I remember the soda fountain at People's Drugstore, which was a very popular place to go. On the corner of East-West Highway and Wisconsin was a hot shop, which was also a place that the kids loved to go after a movie or on a date. And it was a place where you could, somewhat like a fast food restaurant. So a lot of memories. Community Paint and Hardware Store was a family store. As I remember it, the store was built in 1880 by Alfred Wilson. Around 1920, was sold by Wilson to George Bradley. Bradley ran the store until 1931 when two of my uncles bought the store. They had started working in the store when Ralph was about 13 years old and Henry was 17. And they worked about 10 years and then bought it, and they never left the store. They stayed forever until they retired. The store had up to, at one time, 16 different Broadhursts working in there in various capacities. And they all had a particular talent that they developed in the store. Henry did the books. Ralph knew everything there was about hardware, pipes, tools, nuts and bolts. My dad, who had learned a great deal about electricity at Western Union, became the electricity expert in the store. If anybody had a problem, he could either answer it or solve it with what they had at the store. Alfred became the paint specialist. Anything you had about paint, he would help you out. And Harold was kind of an all-around mechanic and builder. He would build things for customers. He'd even go to a customer's house and maybe build a cabinet for him in the kitchen or something. Harold also ran the lawnmower repair business. And the store was the main stop from Washington on the stage run. So at the time, a lot of the roads around here were dirt roads, and still stages and horses is what they used. But it had in one corner of the store a post office. It had a telephone, which was the only telephone in the area. If somebody wanted to reach a town member, they would call the store, and the store would, the next time they saw the person, say, hey, somebody's trying to get in touch with you. The store had at the time 2 long rows. On one row was dry goods and also vegetables, and the other row had hardware items. In the back of the store, a back entrance was where you would go for fuel, for kerosene, for wood, and for feed, chicken feed, rabbit pellets, and things of that nature. At that time, in any store locally, you didn't have things pre-bottled and prepared. There was nothing in cellophane or packages. I had to go down the basement, and we had 50-gallon drums of these items. And either you brought with you your jar to put things in, or we saved jars whenever we could find them. And so I would pump in the denatured alcohol, if that was it, put it in the jar, and then we had a community paint and hardware label that we put on it. When they closed the store in 1985, they were offered up to $8 million for the property in the store. Henry had not only owned the store, but he bought a couple properties next door to it. Gretchen Coles, for example, was one of the stores. And of course that was when they were building high rises, and that's what they wanted. And so they figured just because of the times and because of the age, they were ready to close. And they put on a party, a going away party for the store, and they invited all the customers in. So it was a party that took place. The newspapers all recorded it. The major TV stations in Washington recorded it. And it was just a wonderful affair where everybody was sorry to see it go, and yet it was time.